Hello, my makeup loving friends. So, I think we all know the internet can be a little bit of a place where there's a lot of negativity and essentially people just being a little bit mean to each other. I give lectures on it, it's a whole thing. So trust me, it happens. But I think if you've watched my channel for a while, you will know I try to stay out of that. It's not my thing. I want positivity, niceness. Let's just be nice. Let's play with makeup. Let's have fun. So I thought to myself, well, I do watch an awful lot of YouTube, quite possibly more than is healthy for an individual. And I started to think about the beauty YouTubers that I really, really love and why I love them. And the thing is, I love them beyond just their ability with makeup or their makeup reviews, etc. So I like them beyond just the makeup. So I wanted to share with you the beauty YouTubers that I love beyond just their makeup skills and why. I'm not going to introduce these in any particular order simply because I don't want to rank them. I love them for different reasons. Actually, you will see there's a common thread as to why I like these people, but that's a whole other thing. I'm going to talk about why I like them beauty-wise and then as additional extras. So let's just jump straight on into it. The first beauty YouTuber that I absolutely adore is Samantha March, and I asked her could I use her image in this video, and she said yes, so thank you. She's not that she's watching it, but you know, as a general thank you. I love her videos for many different reasons. She is fantastic at ranking makeup, and although we don't have similar eyeshadow aesthetic, I like more vibrant, colourful eyes and she likes more muted, neutral tones. I really trust her opinion when it comes to things like foundations, highlighters, etc. And her channel, again, is all about positivity, and she has a phrase which is aspire to inspire. She started her own podcast and everything. It's great. You know, I'm really enjoying that. But beyond just all of the amazing videos that she does, because she's the one who came up with the whole Will I Buy It series, which I also run on my own channel. Obviously, I didn't come up with that idea myself, that's hers. But she's really into community and fostering a community of true support, which is just really nice to see. So that's one of the reasons that I really like her beyond just the general makeup stuff. She is also incredibly ambitious and hardworking in numerous posts, whether they're her podcasts or whether they're her YouTube videos. She talks about her work as a writer. She is getting ready to publish her 8th book, which is just super impressive because I'm in the midst of writing my own book. I say in the midst, it has kind of gone on the back burner because after moving country, I'm just like, oh, faffing, doing something else. But to me, that's just really incredible that she does that, and she does YouTube as well full time. And she still has this great air of positivity. In saying that, she will also call a spade a spade. If she is struggling mentally, she has been known to say that. And for those of you who may not know, I am a psychologist and a lecturer, but I'm a behavioral psychologist by trade, by training, whatever it is you want to say. And for me, seeing somebody be so open about struggles with mental health is just amazing. I think it makes such a world of difference to take away the stigma and just say, hey, I'm really struggling right now and I need to engage in self-care. And she's really open and honest about having a discourse around that. And I just think that's really admirable. So those are the main things that I love about Samantha March. I didn't write a list. I probably should have. I'm terribly disorganized. But then if I wrote it, I wouldn't be able to read it because my handwriting's terrible. So, meh, there you go. The next person I want to talk about is Jen Loves Reviews. So her name is Jen. And again, she very kindly said I could use her image. So again, thank you. I know she's not going to see it, but again, thank you. Her makeup videos are amazing. Again, her aesthetic isn't necessarily mine. She goes for more like muted neutral looks than I personally like, but her reviews are so thorough. I mean, she just put the amount of work that she puts into it is just incredible, and she really comes at it from a fact-finding point of view, and she's really into just finding out information and giving a really impartial review, which I really appreciated. I mean, she puts a lot of work into it. But she will also point out, you know, obviously she's not a qualified skincare specialist, so, you know, she will link or talk about where she's got her information from, which I find really fantastic. So that's why I love her in terms of the makeup stuff. But part of why I like her as just a person in general is, again, she's very open and honest. She's all about that open discourse. She has a sort of a live chat thing every Sunday, I believe it is, so that should be today. Hooray! And she invites lots of people from different kind of walks of life. And the reason why I say different walks of life is she's had the likes of Nick Snyder on her channel, and a lot of beauty YouTubers don't want to get involved with people from drama channels because they're like, oh no, they could say something negative about me. But Jen is very open to just having that communication out there, and I think that's really, really healthy and really positive, and not getting involved in cliques and niches like that is just, I think it's an important lesson that we can all learn. She's also incredibly honest. So one of the instances I can think of is she gave a review about L'Occitane, and they were not happy with some of the things that she said, but she stuck to her guns because that was what she believed in. And for a consumer watching her channel, knowing that she cares more about her integrity than keeping these brands happy is just a huge thing. She was also working in education for years, and for me, again, behavioral psychologist, I worked an awful lot on the ground with teachers and you know, with young kids. Particularly I work in the area of autism, etc. And I know the type of person that it takes to be in that line of work, and it is pretty inspirational. She isn't working at that now, she's doing YouTube full time, but she will always refer to it, and she runs an awful lot of charitable events. And I know she linked up with a particular candle brand to raise money for her former school in terms of resources, and I just thought that was really nice. And it's, you know, things like remembering where you come from. She's very, very humble, very honest. There's no fakery there with her. I really enjoy it, so that's why I love her. The next person that I have to talk about, and I'm always afraid that I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. I don't mean to, but I'll try. I've heard different variations. I think it's pronounced Angelica Nyqvist, but I've also heard some people call her Angelica Nuckfist. So it's some variation of that. So she is, again, a beauty YouTuber, and I've been following all of these people for quite some time, FYI. It makes me sound like a stalker, but I mean, there you go. She is a Swedish YouTuber, and she's more along my makeup aesthetic. It's bright, it's colourful, it's fun, it's not taking makeup too seriously, it's just exploring it and having fun with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can just let it be. So her makeup aesthetic is quite what I am into, and her makeup videos are incredible. I've learned so much from her in terms of like blending out colours, just thinking about how you would put colours together. Like, she puts some really interesting out there looks, which I'm like in awe of, and I just think it's fantastic. She advocates an awful lot for mindful buying, so don't just buy stuff because it's there. Have a look at the makeup that you have and don't just go off and buy things, which I'm like, I need to do that more. I'm really bad at that. So that's a chunk of what I have learned from her. And then in terms of why I like her beyond just the beauty, which makes it sound like, oh, just the beauty isn't a big deal. Of course, I love that, but why I love her beyond that is, again, she has huge integrity. This is what links all of these people together. She's very, very honest. She's very open. Again, like Samantha March, she has said when she's struggling with things, when she feels cut off from people, or when she feels that she might be going through things alone, and seeing somebody at her stage of life, she's engaged, she's you objectively kind of go, oh my gosh, she has all of her things together because she's doing all of this, but she's showing it's okay to sometimes feel a little bit out of sorts and not be probably where you necessarily might want to be, and that things like friendships are difficult to maintain, and it's hard. And I think that's really good to know, because there can be a lot of pressure, particularly in the age of social media, to be perfect. And all of these women do show you, no, it's okay. Like, it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to not be flawless. It's fine. And I really enjoy her honesty. I love that she is into like real nerd culture. Like, she'll talk about things like Star Trek and World of Warcraft and all that sort of thing. And I just think it's really cool to see those little pops of her personality coming out. She's really interesting and funny, and I really like her as a YouTuber. The final person I'm going to talk about, because FYI, this isn't like an exhaustive list. I like a lot of YouTubers, but these are the first 4 that came to mind. And the 4th one is Make Me Up Missa. Again, she has said I can use her image, so thank you, Missa. She is a really talented lady from Edinburgh, which incidentally is one of my favorite cities in the world. I just love it, and I try and go there every year in as much as I can. But again, her eye makeup aesthetic is very close to what I like. She likes bright, she likes colourful, she likes playing with makeup. Her attention to detail and her skill is actually a little bit frightening. Like, it's really good. She's so talented, and again, I have learned so much from her makeup tutorials. She's just so frigging talented. It's ridiculous. And I love how she advocates not just for like high-end makeup, because it's easy to do that and just be like, oh yeah, here's this, it's the best thing ever, it's a Natasha Denona. I don't mean to name drop that, but that's just a really expensive palette, so that's what I'm thinking of. But she's really happy to use like Primark makeup and stuff, and show that you don't need to spend a crazy amount of money to have interesting looking makeup. In terms of why I love her beyond that, she has a wicked sense of humour. She's just really funny. She has a self-deprecating sense of humour. I'm Irish. I love that. I love it when people take the mick out of themselves. That's what I like. She has been going through an awful lot recently in terms of living with chronic pain, and again, she's been very open and honest about that, and outlining when it is that she's struggling, and she's made it really clear when she's had to take moments of self-care. And again, I think that's incredibly important to see. Again, as a psychologist, having people emulate that pattern of behaviors and kind of going, no, it's okay to disengage from social media and take some time off to take care of myself. That's totally fine. She doesn't take herself too seriously. I really enjoy that. I think that's hugely important. She puts an awful lot of effort into her videos, and she's just genuinely seems to be a very nice person. And I know that she has like a Patreon, which I'd love to join at some point once I'll figure out the finances. But she's fabulous. So I would recommend looking at her, and indeed looking at all of these ladies that I have talked about. If you haven't already, you probably have. Who knows? But that is why I love these 4 beauty YouTubers beyond just the makeup. So if you liked this video, I don't do these that often, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do, you know, all that jazz. Cece has been helping by just being a very pretty little assistant, by being a little bread loaf on the spare bed. Let me know what it is that you think. Are there any YouTubers that you think that I should include? Because there are ones I still want to talk about, but I want to kind of reach out to them and just see, is it okay if I use their image, because I don't feel right using their image without their, you know, consent. I will link all of these fabulous ladies down below in the description box, but that is essentially it. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you guys in another video. Bye!